Hello, my name is Joseph Gomez, and today I will be doing my presentation on critical thinking. What is critical thinking? In order for me to talk to you about critical thinking, I must first tell you what the phrase means. According to the APA Dictionary of Psychology, critical thinking is a form of directed, problem-focused thinking in which the individual tests ideas or possible solutions for errors or drawbacks. Though the definition in the book is different, it has the same meaning in the sense that we use critical thinking to solve the problems that the world throws at us. Early critical thinking. Now that we know what critical thinking means, we can go one step further and look how we develop, understand, and use critical thinking in the real world. When we're growing up, we naturally use thinking, but it is often not critical. We jump to conclusions on the basis of limited facts and make mistakes in logic. It was found in a recent study that less than 40% of 17-year-olds can find, summarize, and explain information. Teaching critical thinking. In order to have thinking that is considered critical, we must use four primary principles that make thinking appropriately critical. The first principle is that thinkers must identify and challenge the assumptions underlying a statement. This means that thinkers must find out what is said to be without proof and question why it is. Second principle is that thinkers must look for factual accuracy and logical consistency among statements. Teaching critical thinking continued. The third principle of critical thinking is that the thinker must consider the context of the situation. When we understand what is happening in a situation, we can better focus our thinking and make the right call. The fourth and final principle is that the thinker needs to imagine and explore alternatives. When we open our minds to other possibilities, we have more options to help us solve the problems at hand. Studying critical thinking. There was a study conducted that investigated the relationship between critical thinking and learning styles with students' academic performance of Albaraz University of Medical Science in 2012. There were 216 participants that were majors in some type of health profession that were given a two-part questionnaire of Kolb's Learning and California's Critical Thinking Skill Test. Part 1 of the questionnaire was demographic information, and Part 2 was 12 multiple choice questions. The skills test has 34 multiple choice questions. The study found that of the 5 main critical thinking skills, the deductive reasoning skill had the highest score, and the lowest score belonged to the analyst skill. The study findings show that the popular learning style among the students was the convergent style, followed by the assimilating style, which is consistent with Kolb's theory, stating that medical science students usually have this learning style. My thoughts. I think this article was interesting because it shows how critical thinking has an impact on academic performance, and it shows it in the study. The real world impact this article can have is that it can show you just how often we use critical thinking in our everyday lives. Another impact could be that with great critical thinking skills, you can be successful in any career you choose.